one thing to take on God and the Pledge of Allegiance, but now Dr. Michael Newdow wants to banish sexist pronouns. He and she would become re. His and her would be replaced by Reese. Is re out of Reese's mind? Dr. Michael Newdow rejoins us now from Sacramento.
That was very good, except it's re out of a re's mind. But go ahead.
Well, yeah, help me out with this then. These, of course, are not sexist. They're gender specific. Why now this crusade to neuter the English language?
I'm not trying to neuter the English language. I mean, when we refer to somebody, we don't say a black person or a white person. We don't say a Chinese. We say a person. And we don't have a word that just says a person.
Sometimes we're more specific than that. No, that's just not true. Sometimes you say a right-wing conservative like Novak today.
Sure, if you want to say it. But I can also refer to somebody as without any reference to their political persuasion. I'd like to be able to refer to people without relation to their gender. And we all struggle with this all the time. You know, we have hypotheticals.
No, we don't, brother.
Sure you do. I'll bet you.
We figured out boys and girls a long time ago, most of us.
What? That's not the issue. When you have some idea, somebody says to you, I saw my doctor, and you say, well, what did your doctor say? And then you can keep referring to your doctor, or you can say, what did he, she say? You can assume it's a he, which is sexist. You can be very politically correct and say she, or you can say re. I just think we have a set of pronouns missing in this language. It would be nice to fix it.
Dr. Meadow, in all due respect, and I don't want to really be insulting to you, but maybe your position on Pledge of Allegiance is a little odd, but your position on this makes you look like a real nut. Do you realize that?
I don't think so at all. I think anybody out there who has ever tried to write a hypothetical situation and said, you know, well, let's imagine we had a judge, and the judge decided this. You'd like to say, you know, just an imaginary judge, I'd like to say, you know, we have pronouns. That's why we use them. So Reed decided this, and this is what happened to Erm.
We had a debate the other day about Title IX, and Title IX is that you got to have so much money going into girls' athletics. Those are called she's that get that kind of money. Now, how would you handle that? Would you say there's no difference between the boys and the girls?
No, not at all.
And we give all of them to the male football players because there's no difference?
No, you're taking this out of context and missing the whole point. Okay, if somebody were discussing Title IX and you didn't want to divulge the sex of that person because you think that was going to affect how the listener, excuse me, would respond, you might want to just say, Ree said this. This was Ree's opinion.
So this is an extension of this crusade to eliminate any sort of discomfort out there in the ears of the listener. Is this a part of a litigation strategy, or is this just sort of trying by moral suasion here to persuade us to drop the issue?
We have a shortage in this language. We have a lack of a genderless personal pronoun. This is just for something that everyone can use. If everyone started using it, we'd all use it normally.
You're not suing anybody on this one, though, right,
no,
Mr. Newdow?
You're not going to spend another $4,000 on this one, are you?
No, I think that people, if they hear this enough, they're going to start using it, and it'll hopefully.
Why did you pick? I'm curious why'd you pick re and zip?
If you go through the alphabet, and he and she, if you go with the E sound, R is the only thing that's open. And then you have his and hers, so just add an R, rees. I mean, add an S, you get rees. And then Erm is kind of a combination of her and him. So
Erm.
Rees, and Erm.
Erm, okay. Erm. I want to thank Erm for joining us. Michael Newdow from Sacramento, California. Good of you to join us on a holiday week. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Still ahead, it's your turn to fire back at us and our guests. One of our viewers has a pretty dim view of changing he and she to re. First segment tonight, Michael Newdow, Bob, who suggested we replace he and she with or zippy and spit or something. This business about creating a new gender-friendly pronoun is downright crazy. Who does Mr. Newdow think he is? Webster Jr. from Kelly Ebron in Greensboro, North Carolina? See, it's not who does Mr. Newdow think splunge is. What's his word? Re. Is.
Okay, the next question from the audience.
My name is Abigail Sanford, and I'm from Kensington, Maryland, and my comment is, the only thing the recent Gallup poll statistics reveal is that only 14% of Americans understand the argument that Robert Newdow is making. I believe in God, I agree with Mr. Newdow, and I am not un-American.
Well, the point is that there is no established religion, and that's what the Constitution forbids. If you don't want to say under God, Abigail, don't say it. And that's the way this country works.
There's a huge difference between a passing reference to God in a patriotic pledge and, say, forcing students into school prayer, which is what the right-wingers want to do. I don't mind the pledge. Yes, sir.